Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to basically practice my Halloween makeup look. I haven't done it before, but hopefully this will be the makeup that I'm wearing for Halloween, and I'm going as a fallen angel. So if you want to see how I slap things on my face, then keep watching. So I've started off by priming my face, and then I'm just going to go in with a normal foundation. I did want to use a white foundation, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to fire that on my face, trying to cover up as much as possible. Now I think this probably works best with quite a full coverage, so I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible matte. So that's foundation basically done. Probably could add a wee bit more, and at this point you could either go in with a really light concealer or a really light powder, and because I have neither of those, I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk and just highlight the kind of center of my face as you would with a normal highlight. This obviously acts as a highlight, but it also acts as, you know, lightening it up. You'll probably want to dampen your brush, and for that the only fixing spray I have to hand is the Primark one. It's kind of like hairspray, so I'm interested to see how this will work. So I'm just spraying my brush with that and going in and blending it out. Now I'm just actually thinking that that was a bit too much spray, so maybe be cautious with that. It's a learning curve. Probably don't need to dampen your brush for this, actually, but might help it stay in place as well. I'm just going to add a touch more to where I kind of rubbed it off. My nose. And you can always blend with some of your fingers as well, because the heat of your fingers works well with it. Or you could use white paint, not paint like face paint, not like wall paint. That would be interesting. So once you've done that, you can go in and set it with a little bit of light powder. So I'm using the light one from the Define and Conquer palette from 17, just to kind of dust over. There are some powders that are really white, which will probably work really well, but with this it's not quite as white, still really pale, but it sets it and it kind of blends in with the rest. Next I'm going to stick with face, and for this you'll really want quite a harsh contour. I'm just going to try this brush I got from eBay. It looks like a paintbrush. But there are loads out there like this, and I'm going to first of all do it with a bronzer just to kind of map out the shape that I want, but not quite so precise as what I will be doing. So I'm just kind of doing my cheekbones with that, and then change it line a bit. I'm going to try and slim off those chins. And then I'm going to go in with my blush from NYX in Taupe. I'm going to try it in that same brush. I might have to switch. And I'm just, yeah, I'm not loving that brush. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques contour brush and go in with that. I'm just really, you know, the contour that you want on photos but you couldn't step outside in normally, that's what we're going for. If you can see, basically a stripe. You want it to look sunken in. Obviously with a round face, like mine, you're not going to look like, you know, really sunken in, but you can definitely give some sort of illusion. Just to, again, slim it down, and I'm going to put a bit down my nose, kind of where I would normally contour but harsher. and then a bit around the hairline. You don't mind if this looks dirty or muddy, because we're fallen angels, you know. Maybe we hit a few trees on the way down. And next I'm going to go in with a grey shadow. I'm not sure I have a grey shadow. I might go in with a silver shadow actually. Probably Pistol from my Naked 2 palette on the same contour brush. And I'm just gonna run that really sharp line there with it. Kind of blend it. So you blended the other two and below, so it should blend a bit easier. I'm going to do a little tiny bit in the end of the nose just to kind of tie it in. I successfully look like I've been up a chimney. So that's contour done, and I'm going to move into brow. So for brows I'm going to go really, really dark. You could take like a black pencil eyeliner, but I'm just going to take a black shadow on an angled brush and fill them in just how I want them filled in. I'm just going to cover my natural brow and put a wee bit of shape into them. With black it's easier to get the shape, but it's also easier to make mistakes, so you might want to have a cotton bud to hand. And I really do not like my brows at all, so I'm just going in to soften them out with an eyeshadow pencil-y brush. You could go back in with your foundation brush or your white. Right, I might do that and clean up the bottom edge because they're annoying me so much. And just take, no, I'll take my brush that I was using before. Now, it's going to be quite dark in here anyway, on my eyes, so it really doesn't matter if that goes a grey tone. In fact, that's probably going to be the lightest shade on the eyes, so quite a good highlight really. So I might come in and tidy them up in a little bit, but for now I look crazy. And I'm going to go in with my normal eye primer, and this is the Absolute New York eye primer, like so. Obviously you can just bring it up as far as that jumbo pencil and blend it in. And I want it to still look kind of soft. So I'm going in with a cool toned brown, the middle one there, called Frisk from Urban Decay, and I'm blending that up with that grey. I'm then going in with this Essence shadow in Dance Mauve, which is like a mauve grey colour, and I'm just going to pack that on my eye. And this will be useful when I'm putting darker colours on. Then we've got the slightly more difficult task of the black. Now I'm taking my favourite black from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, Blackout. I'm going to start on the outer corners. Now if you want to make this glam and neat, you could put shadow shades or cotton pads or something on the, what am I trying to say, under eyes, but I'm not trying to make it neat. And then I'm going in with my blending brush, I'm just blending that up a wee bit and across. And you're better starting it slowly and building it up, so then you get a decent blend on it. I'm going to do the same on the other side. You want to do one movement on one side and then one movement on the other, so that if you do mess up, you can mess up on both sides, you know what I mean? It's like easier to replicate. So I'm doing the same, adding a kind of wingy shape, because angels have wings, don't they? I'm going to go back in once again with the black. Follow that similar shape. Blend again. Blend again. And then I'm going back in, probably I think this will be the final time, and just literally add in the black to the outer and a wee bit there. And I'll only really blend the top edge of that. So top edge, crease, just making sure it's blended on the lid. And just to kind of lift it a little bit, I'm going to just add Verve, which is the silver from the Naked palette on the inner bit. And just to lighten everything up a touch, I'm just going to take some of this white from Belle Cosmetics on my finger and add that to, and I'm going to take my blending brush again with the black on it and just make sure that it doesn't take away from the black. I'm going to take the black in the inner corner actually up to my nose like that. I just find that it's more menacing and evil looking. And I think I've lost a little bit of black on this eye at the top edge, so I'm just going to add that back and make sure that it's as intense as it was, like so. And I'm going to take the black underneath my eye on flat brush again and just join that up to that outer edge. That wee bit of black that's left on my brush to my contour. With that done, it's time to line. So camera cut out just whenever I was lining, so I just lined the top and bottom waterline with Urban Decay Perversion eye pencil and threw on some mascara. And now I'm back to finish it off. So to finish off the face, probably with the lashes, you'd probably want to use falsies, but I don't have any at the moment. So I'm just going to finish off the face with a little bit of highlight, and I'm just using that powder, that eyeshadow. Just finishing off with a little bit of highlight down my nose, my cupid's bow, a bit on the tops of my cheeks. If you have a really white silver highlight, then that'll work well with this as well, but an eyeshadow works just as well. So I've added a little something by doing kind of almost like tears, but like in thunder shape, with black eyeshadow and the angle brush, and I'm just going to show you how to do one more. So I'm just kind of doing a zigzag line and then patting it in with my finger to make it less dark. Sure that it's joined up with the eye. And lastly, I'm going to do my lips. And to do that, I'm going to outline my lips with a black lip or eye pencil. You can definitely overdraw if you want. Just going to do the corner. And then I'm going to line the inside with a dark, winey colour. I've got someone in my kitchen there. And then I'm going to go over the whole thing with my new Maybelline lipstick in Divine Wine, which probably pains me. So there you have it. So there's the finished look. I don't know if you can see my little halo. I do have wings, but you wouldn't be able to see them anyway. I did fully intend to have a black wig, and it's on its way, but it hasn't arrived yet. So there you have it. So I hope you have liked it. It is all stuff that you could probably find in your makeup collection or at Superdrug or drugstore or whatever. If you have liked it, if it has been useful, give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And hit subscribe if you're new. Bye!